Good?
I gotta promote myself here.
Okay, so this is Fat Boy Radio. You already know what it is. We got Josh, your intern, right there.
What's good?
Right by my side, he's advertising his Twitter.
Josh the Intern NY.
Yeah, you gotta say it louder so
Josh
people
the
can know.
Intern NY. I follow that.
Yeah, because you have like 40 followers anyway.
And I follow 30. What does that say?
we got Joey Snacks in here, chilling here laughing at Josh.
You already know what it is.
Would you like to advertise your Twitter in the process?
It's Joey Snacks. You already know.
Joey Snacks, you follow a bunch of people that you don't know.
I follow a bunch of people, but they follow you back. Remember that.
Okay, then we got PC on the camera.
Yep.
Justin doing his photography, videography stuff.
Yes.
He's getting kind of very happy. I'm feeding his ego right now.
Yeah. You know, I've been recently doing some charity, so you know.
What type of charity you been doing?
Don't worry about it.
I don't like this. He ain't doing no charity.
You heard over the phone. Thank you for just taking these pictures.
Are you man-horning the side? What are you doing, son? And we got Joe from Dollar Van Demos.
Nice to meet you.
Then we got our next guest, Atlas, in the back. What's up?
What's up?
They can't hear you, but can you get a little bit louder? Say something.
I can't even see her. But.
What up? What's going on?
Cool. So we got Joe from Dollar Van Demos.
I'm making it.
Thanks for having me here, guys.
How you feeling today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Like, people probably don't know your name, but they're probably familiar with your work. Can you tell them what you've done?
Yeah, I'll start sort of pre-Dollar Van Demos. I basically have a film production background and worked at different sort of film distributors and different sort of capacities, from production to acquisitions to writing to producing, and did that for a number of years, still doing it. And what happened was I got sick of telling people that, you know, I'm a producer, and they'd be like, "What'd you make?" And I couldn't tell them. I've made one movie, so I didn't want to keep the myth going. So I wanted to find something I could do, and I had very limited money but very limited resources. So I wanted to do something that I could basically prove to people that I could create. And really just sort of brainstormed and saw that there's a trend in sort of music video making where, you know, you used to see these Kanye, you know, blasting across Grand Canyon, or Michael Jackson, gigantic videos, millions of dollars. But
yes.
There's a big trend in music videos now where just very intimate, you know, on people's back porches, or there's a series in London called Black Cab Sessions where they shoot in the back of a cab. And I live in Brooklyn, and I was like, well, I could shoot in the back of a dollar van. And talked to some drivers, and they basically were into the idea.
So was it hard to like get in these drivers to tell them like, while you're driving, we're gonna have artists performing in the back of your cab?
Well, we went out as a scout. We took some photos and tried to.
In a dollar van?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I'm going to Flatbush.
Yeah, and they got really mad when you started taking photos. they're very you know, very particular about what goes on in the van. So. But we were able to talk to a couple van owners, and we told them the idea, and this is one of those things, like, it didn't exist, so you had to take a leap of faith with us and try to figure out, you know, what is this? And this one company stepped up, and we actually switched to another one later, but, you know, from independent filmmaking background, you know, if you're looking to do some isolation recording, like a voiceover or something like that, and you can't get a nice studio like this, the next best thing you could do is to get a car, because it's soundproof, you know, it's isolated, and you could do a really cheap recording that way. And so when we put a rapper or a reggae singer in the back seat, and we play the music over the car stereo, it's very close to a recording studio.
So, like, in the beginning, did you have a particular genre that you actually wanted to portray in there, or you just had, like,
well, we definitely wanted to do, like, hip-hop and reggae, because that's the sweet spot for the dollar vans.
And you'll satisfy the driver, too. You listen to some reggae, he could be driving, like, I'm jamming.
Yeah. All the drivers want more and more reggae on the show. I was telling you earlier, it's hard to find, like, reggae performers who have like a social network, have a MySpace page or something very active, or Twitter. It's unheard of. So that's the way we found a lot of our performers. But at the same time, you know, we go by people's just sort of word of mouth and recommendations to us, and we make a choice of like who's going to do it because of, you know, how talented they are.
So who was like your first dollar van performer?
We had two people who basically answered a Craigslist ad. And it was this white boy rapper from the Lower East Side named Crosby.
Yeah, I heard of him.
And then this woman who's middle-aged, and her name is Sally Connors, and she's basically a karaoke singer. And
Really?
she showed up, and she was so out of place, but so brave, and she sang the Beatles song, Eleanor Rigby.
Yes.
So in some ways, it's Eleanor Rigby singing Eleanor Rigby. So
Also, a question that I had, like, how long has Donovan Demos been going on?
Just over 1 year. We started
1 year.
in February of 2009.
A question yet? You want to listen to some music now? Okay, let's get into some music. You want to get into the first Atlas song?
Yeah.
What song do you want to play first?
I don't know, whatever's on there first.
I got you.
Jesus.
I'm gonna make a decision.
Oh, never had a good day, you know.
I thought you said what?
That was a Dollar Van demo.
Yeah, never had a good day.
Good day, and it was actually a Dollar Man demo.
Yep.
But now it's gonna be on Fat Boy Radio, so it's a whole different thing right now. Let's get into this. Good Day from Atlas. I said your name right?
Yes, sir.
You know, I actually thought your name was Atlas. I know you get that a lot.
I do.
Sorry.
It's not.
Okay, so let's get into this song, Good Day, right now. Atlas, right now. Don't mess up the name. Let's go. Day from Atlas. And if you're just tuning in, we have Joe from Dollar Van Demos.
How do you do?
I say Joe because I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
It's pronounced Revit.
Revit.
It's like that Yankees pitcher, Andy Pettit, but it's Revit.
I would actually pronounce my name, but you probably just wouldn't get it. Zephyrin?
Zephyrin.
Oh, crap. What? What is
French?
this?
Is that what it is?
Huh? Yeah, Zephyrin.
Zephyrin.
Okay, so we got Joe in here from Dollar Van Demos. So, like, what we're mostly wondering is, like, the progression. Like, how's it progressed? Like, what have you seen? Like,
Well, I think what really sort of helped us sort of get an anchor and continue is really using the social networks and making sure. I think the first thing I set up was a MySpace, and then I went to a Twitter, and then I ignored Facebook for a long time, and then I figured out that that's what a lot of people use now, and so got into that, and then every other sort of, lower echelon one, whatever you want to call it. But so we're across all these different networks, and the most important one is YouTube, because we are music videos, and YouTube gets 1 billion views a day, and we just passed 100,000 views over the last year. We're not even a drop in the YouTube ocean, but that tells you can just reach so many people, so many different places. And what I think helped us sort of progress and evolve was we always try to participate with different sort of like internet events and stuff, try to get people who are into social media to recognize us. And what happened, I know you wanted to talk about how we got a commercial, was somebody in Chicago basically subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And I try to make it a point to basically, correspond to anybody who communicates with us.
Yes.
So somebody subscribed, I sent them a message back, hey, thanks a lot, appreciate you subscribing. He's like, a minute later he writes back, nobody's ever thanked me for subscribing. And I want to tell you, I work at an ad agency, and we have a client who might want to work with you guys.
Yeah.
Would you want to talk to them? And I said, sure. And like the next day we talked to each other, and he's like, well, my client's McDonald's. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Yo, Joey, son, we need to get you on that YouTube. Anybody, anytime somebody subscribes, thanks for Fat Boy Radio.
Yeah. I swear to God, that's how it works. It's just you gotta mine that social media and keep on.
Before we actually get to McDonald's, I got a question. Like, what is your favorite social media network? I have one in mind. I just want to see if I'm right.
I don't know. They all have different things that I like about them. I like how Facebook's really organized, but I don't like visually. It looks like crap. And then MySpace, I don't like at all. But I love.
I love talk about MySpace.
The one thing that's awesome about it is like you could do anything on it, and so like some people are really smart and they do some awesome, MySpace pages. I don't like when people have like their mafia friends or whatever.
I hate that. I hate
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah.
I hate it.
But
what about Twitter? I know you love Twitter.
I love Twitter. Yeah. It's just one thing about Twitter is you think you're getting like all this immediate response, but you're really just doing a lot of immediate sort of activity, and it's hard to judge if people really got your message or not. And you have to repeat yourself a lot to get something really across.
What's up with the RTs? Like I think you research everything that says Dollar Van.
Yeah, I do.
And you're like, oh, you're the Dollar Van, right on. Like I was like, how do you do that?